Hello, hello. Okay, hello. I'm just going to see if this is live. Unfortunately, I've been having problems getting online. So if this is live, obviously let me know in the comments down below. I'm just going to check on my YouTube right now, see if I'm live. Hopefully you can see me. I can't see if anyone's on there, but I think this will go live on YouTube, but not live on Facebook. Sorry for running late. If you've got questions, let me know down below. My God, this last week has been incredible for sales. Absolutely incredible. So we'll do that one. Get rid of that one. If you've got questions, drop it down below. Also, I'm here to help you out. So sorry for running late. Just had real problems getting online, and I think I've lost the other one. So give me 2 seconds. I'm just going to check that I'm actually online. If anyone is here, let me know. What we are. Oh, I think I'm here. Is it working? Yeah, I am. Oh, I'm here. Right, stop that because you know what's going to happen. I will obviously get a lot of echo. So hopefully you can see me fantastic. If you've got questions, any kind of questions you want answering, do let me know. Drop in the comments down below. Obviously, I'm here to help. Now, if I kind of give you an update on my business, last week, absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. You know, I'm gonna show you a revenue. I didn't even have the right phone on me. The revenue graph. Actually, I might be able to show it if it's on my photos. It's my other phone. This is yeah. So last week we did £103,000. Fantastic. Super happy. We did over £10,000 in net profit in 1 week. Very happy about that as well. And if you want to know, I'm kind of like hiding the lines, but you can kind of see like the revenue. This is the last 30 days. I don't have the app on the phone. This is like a picture, but you can kind of see it's going up. So like the top ones here are probably like, I think, don't quote me, I think they're like 16, 17, maybe even £18,000 days, which I'm super happy about. And over the course of last week, that's my picture from last week, and I've edited it because it's on my other phone, not this one. Let's see if I can hide. Will it get it? There we go, like 100 and I think it should say like 103. Can we get it? Will it get it? Like 103.09. So kind of doing well. Really happy. But guys, you guys have got some questions, so let's kind of jump in. Dan Smith has jumped in. Hey Dan, great to see you. Thank you for joining. Sorry for running late. Sorry. Questions, ask me down below. Harminder says hi Tom. Again, Harminder, thank you for things. Sorry for running late. Wasim, big thumbs up. Hey, thank you so much. Now we've got something called English with Me. Brilliant. So English with Me has said, why is my inventory in transfer in reserve to another fulfillment center? Did someone make a purchase and it is too far from where they are? No, long story short is you generally speaking, always, you'll generally ship a shipment, i.e. all your stock into an Amazon fulfillment center. And then what Amazon will do is it will understand where that stock needs to be across its whole entire network. And then what it will do is it will move it between that fulfillment center you shipped into and the rest of the network. And when it's doing that, because maybe it might be like you're shipping into Scotland, for example, and it thinks maybe, hey, some of that product might be useful down in like, you know, Southampton or nearer London. That's where we make lots of sales from. So Amazon understands that. It says, hey, ship it into Scotland, and then we'll move it internally within Scotland rather than you shipping 2 items to Scotland and 4 to London, for example. But Amazon will do that for you. Now, long story short is once you ship it into Scotland, it will take some of the stock and then move it to London for you at their cost. And what is that? That is called inventory in transfer. That is what you're doing. It's a pain. Trust me, I really 100% understand. But unfortunately, this is just life. It's just going to have to accept it. It should go on sale, but also it'll have a date of like on available to be delivered, not next day, but it'll be once it comes in stock. So Amazon will manage that for you. But yeah, sorry about that. It's a pain. Walid, let me know if that answers your question. English with me down below. So Walid said, hi there, hope you're doing well. I want to ask please about the possibility of opening 2 stores by the same person. You can. I have 3 stores. You need to be very specific about Amazon's terms of service. And in particular, what are you looking at? So number 1, there needs to be a business need why you have 2 stores. So let's just put it very carefully here. Thomas Parkinson, I am a person. I am allowed an Amazon store. If I have another business called Tom's Amazon Business LLC, Tom's Amazon Business Ltd, that's another physical entity that is allowed another store. So whether it be Tom Parkinson or thing, they are fine to have 2 stores. But now if Tom Parkinson wants 2 stores, I'm happy, I'm able to have that. That's absolutely fine. But you need to be very careful and you need to be very explicit why. If you want 2 stores to just do the same things, you can't do it. But if you have like a certain brand, let's call it like Tom's YouTube tripods and Tom's mobile phones, and this is called Tripods Are Us and Phones for You. The two different brands, I can do that because they're two different brands. I'm allowed to have two different stores for them. But if I'm just doing arbitrage wholesale and I just want to like have two different stores under Tom's brand, can't do it. Like, basic. Long story short, if you ever sell the same ASIN across the same store, across the same stores owned by the same entities, is very likely to get you in hot water. Again, it's all up to Amazon Sync. Read the terms of service. That's what's going to happen. Walid, I hope that makes sense. Let me know if you've got any more questions down below. So, Reeve Properties, great to see you. How do we get started on the USA market? Currently only operating in the FBA UK. Great question. You can, if you want to, just do global selling, i.e. literally go to USA, start selling, ship your stock in from the UK, no problem. If you're doing arbitrage or wholesale, it's completely up to you. The way we've done it is by creating an LLC in the US, doing it that way, and having a physical entity out there, i.e. an LLC in Delaware, and then a prep center, and obviously a bank account and everything else. So it's been a lot more work, but if you're doing any like kind of form of arbitrage, maybe even wholesale, it just opens you up to suppliers a lot easier because you are a US company. That's probably one of the things. They only deal with US companies. They're not interested in their foreign companies. And for you, is that just kind of helps out. So you can just start selling straight away if you're in the UK LTD, not a problem. Seth Baker recently did £1 million in book sales, by the way. He's still trading as a UK LTD in the US. It does make for easier tax purposes, but just understand you can do it and still do revenue. He does, but I think personally, if you're going to do it at any scale, probably best to create another company and do it that way. That's my top tip. Reeve, let me know if you've got any questions down below. You mentioned here, Reeve again, how large a team size do you have to achieve those figures? So let's just be very crystal clear. USA, which is what I think you're probably talking about, but you might be talking about the UK because I'm showing them here. USA, very simple. We did 63K last month, which is good. I don't think we're going to do that again this month. Long story. One purchasing manager, all full-time, by the way. One admin assistant, 3 sources, 63K. We can do more. That's month 6 of our business. Next one is in regards to the UK, we're talking about we've just done 2 million over the last 12 months, and in last month we did 103. Last week we did 103,000. What's the operation? Purchasing manager, purchasing assistant, 2 admin DAs, and I think 8 sources. Don't quote me. And also you have a prep center as well. So 8 sources, I believe. Don't quote me. We're training up 2 of the sources to be purchasing managers. Long story, but that's it. So generally, do the math. 12 staff, I think 12 staff to do 2 million. You could do it much more efficiently. We run a bit rich, a bit heavy on staff. But I hope that makes sense. Reeve, let me know in the comments down below. So, Oima, yeah, I think I said that. I've heard that people doing OA and RA can get their accounts deactivated. Please could you advise? Put it this way, anyone doing wholesale, private label, anything can get their accounts deactivated if you don't follow terms of service. That's quite simple. I do OA. We've done 2 million in the last 2 years. In the last 12 months, 2 million in like the revenue graph. I would show you, but let me know if you want me to share. And we've not had our account deactivated. Now, obviously, if you do things which are wrong, or you don't manage your Amazon account health correctly, yes, you will get your account active. That's a fact. But if you are doing things correctly, you should be fine. Now, the big issue you're going to have with OA and RA, and why people are saying this, is because sometimes customers, buy a product from you and they don't like it. And they're just like, I don't really like it. And maybe they think it's fake. So when they get return, what do they say? They say, oh, it's fake. Click the button for fake, return. Now, they might not really think it's that fake. They might just click the button by accident. But what does that do? That triggers an internal process within Amazon, whereby they then send you an email saying, IP authenticity complaint, customer complaint, fake. Something like that. Something's gone on. Other people will complain that you've imported it. IP complaints. Now, what we're really talking about here is IP complaints. Complaints against your account to say that you're buying bad goods. Now, how do you disprove them? How do you say, well, I'm buying good goods? Well, quite simply, you show evidence that you bought goods from a legitimate source. Now, if you have an invoice which is properly outlined, supplier, Walmart, Amazon, or Walmart, Amazon, Asda, it doesn't really matter, whoever you bought it from, it says it on there. It says your name. It says the product nice and clearly, like Lego 213 or Dove deodorant or something. Price, quantity, amount paid, done. You can share that invoice PDF to Amazon, and 99.9% of the time, you're going to get that IP complaint removed. But if you go in the shop and you use a till receipt and it just says deodorant, no Dove, no deodorant, no nothing else, like it's really crap, like toys, just toys, not like Lego 1, 2, 3, just toys. That isn't good enough. That doesn't show that you actually bought that product. As a result, you can't claim that the product you bought is legit, even though you know you bought it from a legit place. You can't prove that that was a product bought from that supplier, and as a result, you still maintain. And if you get too many issues around the products being called fakes, you can't prove legitimate supply chain is what it's called, and that's through showing correct invoices, then it's very likely you will get your account deactivated, and obviously you can't sell on Amazon. So make sure you get good receipts. I know you use RA and OA who can give you good receipts. Generally, most OA will do it, but RA is a bit more of a challenge. You'll learn. Let me know if that answers your question down below. Wazim has mentioned, I applied to sell in Canada. I'm getting charged for 2 accounts, or am I getting charged for 1? Long story short, is Amazon's pretty good with this. They do what's known as the global selling program. So I think per account you pay like £30 for the UK, and when you go to the global selling program, it goes up to like £37. It's not much. The one thing to be very careful about is what they actually do is they take that £37, and for some weird reason, they randomly choose to bill it across certain marketplaces, I think, based on last year's revenue. So let's say, for example, if I sent, because ENF last year, I sold some in Germany and I sold some in the UK, and now I want to sell in America. Well, maybe I made like 10 grand in the Germany and I made 100 grand in the UK. I might find that 90% of that £37 gets billed to the UK every month, and then like 10% gets billed to Germany. I think, don't quote me, I've not read this anywhere, but all I'm doing is saying what I'm seeing. You just see that £37 gets split across multiple marketplaces. It's really weird, and I don't understand why. But long story short, they will upgrade you to a global selling account. Do check it. You'll see what I mean. You'll just see that the selling account fee gets charged across all of your accounts, all the marketplaces, rather than just one, and you won't be charged for just multiple. So that's the way it happens, and it's not really too worried. So let me know how you get on. Let me know if that's answered your question down below. Harminder has come in. If we get a VA from Fast Track VA, what support do we get? I've never hired a VA for. Great question. Okay, so Fast Track FBA VA Academy. What do we do? Number one, we find, hire, and train a manual sourcing VA for you to work in your business. Now, we do the 7 days training and we get them up to a standard we're happy with. And once they're happy to that standard, we'll pass them off to work with you in your business. Now, next thing, what's the support you get? Well, from our side, if you have any problems, any questions with that VA over the next 12 weeks, you can literally send my team a message. You should be shown how to do that, and we'll jump on it. We'll literally get in contact with your VA. We'll help retraining, we'll help support, and we'll also help you as a client. Now, that's from the VA perspective. My team, we've got a team in the Philippines, are always, their sole job is to do that 12-week support, and we're always tracking it, monitoring it to get results. And we talk about results. What are they? Month 1, 2 to 5 deals per day that you're buying. Month 2, 5 to 8 deals per day that you're buying. And month 3, 8 to 12 deals per day that you're buying. Now, what do we also support you with? Well, we have the MBA workbook. It's our master workbook of all the information about managing VAs, bonus schemes, time off, holidays, incentive schemes, everything you need to know that our customers have asked us, we put in there, and it's going to help you. Lots of videos to help you out as well, just to really support you. And then in addition to that, every Monday, there's a weekly live coaching call, a group coaching call with me, and it's whereby lots of sellers come on and they talk about the problems they're having with their VAs, because my God, we all have problems, that's a very fact, but I help you manage them and overcome. Now, let's just be very crystal clear. While we can help train and find and managing a great VA, that's only half of the battle. The other half of the battle is you as a leader, building a great culture, a great environment, and doing the great actions, and what actions you can take as a leader to get results. And we've done over 170 clients now, 340 VAs. We've certainly learned what works, and that's what we do in that weekly coaching call with the VA Academy, and you get that for 12 weeks as part of the package as well. So we support the VA, we support you, and we give you lots of resources, and you can ask any questions you like. So we are here to help. So I hope that makes sense. And that's all for 597. Look at fasttrackfba.com/VA. I'm going to move on. Harminder, I hope that answers your question. Okay. I don't know. Ayan, if I'm right. Sorry, I'm really bad with names. What should we do if there is no company information in the invoice information section when shopping from retail store? Is it enough to write your name and surname? Should I add the LLC? Should I add my LLC name to it? Yeah, I do get your point. What I do sometimes is I'll be like, it'll be like first name, last name. I'll put in like Tom Parkinson, and I'll be like Fast Track FBA in the last name. So it's kind of like 5 instead of 2, or it might just be like Tom P and then Tom P Fast, and then surname Track FBA. So I generally tend to do that sometimes. But long story short, it doesn't really matter if it doesn't have your company name. If it's got your personal name in, that's fine. What they're really looking for, and what I believe, and I haven't actually been quoted this, what I believe they're looking for is the fact that you can provide a bit of paper which states what you've purchased and where you've purchased it from. The fact that you have that bit of paper shows it's probably going to be yours and it's going to be fine. So I wouldn't worry too much if it hasn't got your information. What we're really interested in is who you've purchased it from. From accounting purposes, yes, 100%, because we can see the transaction happening in your bank account and that's it. But then also from Amazon IP invoicing, I think you should be fine. Just keep an eye on. But yeah, hope that makes sense. Maybe comments below. Sonia has said, "Hey Tom, hi Sonia, great to see you. Sorry for running late. I'll overrun a bit today." So, Conza M, why do you tank every single listing on and use multiple listings on the same products? Interesting. So I'm guessing you're talking about my Amazon store. So interesting. If you want to know, we do clear some old stocks. If we've got too much old stock of a certain product, we'll clear it. Maybe there's just been too many sellers, and for our model, that's what we don't want to do. And I think the other one as well is to say that most of the time we'll match the buy box. I think 99.9% of the time. There's very rare exceptions that we do. Also, it's my team. And I think the other one you're talking about being multiple listings. We do that for tracking where we got the SKU from. So it could be a different VA, it could be a different sourcing method, it could be a different supplier. It makes no difference on the buy box. We just use different. The reason why we're on the multiple listings multiple times is because each time we're on it is a different SKU. And it might be that we bought 6 from one supplier and 6 from another one, or maybe used a different sourcing method. So it really helps from good analytics to understand what's working and what's not. So that's it. It doesn't make any difference to the buy box, so it shouldn't really make a big difference. And price tanking, I know, I understand. It's a real shame. Sometimes we'll clear them down, but this is business, unfortunately. And I know a lot of other people do price tank. So yeah, I think just keep going. Maybe look at different products, different things. So I hope that makes sense, Conta. So let's go here. English with me. Yeah, it does apparently. It's closer to the customer. Another question, if one seller has reduced the price, do I have to reduce the price of the buy box? So English with me, great question. If we talk about the second part, if one FBA seller reduces the price, do I have to reduce the buy box? It's completely up to you. You can clear it down, should we say? You can, you can clear down. If someone else is clearing, if you're like here together, someone else drops their price, it's up to you. You can stay where you are. You can wait for this person to sell through, get rid of their stock, and now you can sell at your price. You can obviously come down and meet them if you want. You can even go below. It's up to you. It's really up to you. And I think for me, if I was going to give some advice, when you're looking at that decision, top tip for you is if someone's dropped the price, have a look at how much stock they've got, and also look at what's going on sales velocity. So if they've got like 10 in stock and it's selling 100 a month, well, that's like 3. It's gonna take 3 days to clear their 10 out. 30 divided 130 days. 100 divided by 30 days equals 3 per day. 10 is going to take 3 days. So you might be in 3 days' time, they're going to sell out. Cool, they're gone. I'll keep the price where it is. Or if they've got like 10 and it's only selling 5 per month, well, that's going to take 2 months to clear down. So then I might want to come down and join them. Up to you. It's your business. You can run it however you like. Hope that makes sense. Sonia said, at what point in time in your business did you hire your first VA? Oh, Sonia, I think, don't quote me, 4 months in. And by the way, like the Fast Track FBA VA Academy didn't happen then, and I made a lot of mistakes for the first 2 years. I will not lie. The one thing I'm going to say to you, and please don't make this sound like a spiel. 2 things. And we said to the Fast Track FBA VA Academy clients: number 1, understand the business model. Number 2, trade, and so you've understood the business model, but make profit. And I'm not talking about just like, oh, I've made some profit, but like have a month whereby you've made money and you know it and you know for a fact that you've made profit. Why? Because a VA is called leverage, i.e., if you're going this way, and that's what you're doing in your business, and you hire a VA, they'll just help you go that way faster. But if that way isn't profitable and you need to be going that way, then you're just going to go into more losses quicker because you've got a VA now. So a VA should help you go wherever you're going. They're a malleable resource. They're someone to help you achieve what you're already doing, helping you do more of it. So I'd do that. Top tip for you, and I hate to say it, but I generally, hand on heart, I do believe this. Hire your first VA through us. Don't get me wrong, 597 is a lot of money, when you're just starting out and you're thinking about on Amazon, but you don't know what you don't know, and getting the support and working with people is going to be really, really helpful. So I generally believe it. Get a VA from us. And the reason why I say that is because you're just going to be in that community is going to really help you out. Now, they'll help you get the VA, the right one, getting the right results, knowing what to look at, what to work on. That's where I went wrong for 2.5 years. Like, I properly went wrong. I talked about I made a loss in my first year on Amazon. Now we're doing much better. But the point is that what you're trying to do is you're trying to learn that skill set. Now, if VA2, 3, you hire yourself, fine, but you know the foundation. Like when you started on Amazon, you learned from other people, you watch YouTube videos. Hiring VAs is another kettle of fish, and there's so many nuances in how you do language with people. Managing people is an art in itself. That's why, there's so many of these, out there about helping you manage people. So do look at that. Hope that makes sense, Sonia. Dr. Angelo. Harry Farwell says, what margins do you operate at? Great question, Harry. So for us, generally in our business, we are trying, I talked about it previously in my video, so we don't really do margin, we do ROI. We were looking at 30% ROI. Now we go down to 20. Sometimes we will go lower in our product that we're sourcing, but not really. What we're seeing in the UK market is it has gone in decline. We're seeing a reduction in that market. So about 20% is where we try to aim for. Sometimes we go lower, sometimes we go higher. It just depends. Our one metric we look at is spend. That's what we're doing. Hope that makes sense. Reeve's Properties. Thanks, Tom. Cool. No problem. Thanks for the question. English with me. It mentioned it is available for sale, but I can't see my listings. Yes, it's annoying, especially Christmas. Yeah, agreed. These things happen. Don't worry. Just keep going. Keep going. It's all part of the game. It's going to take time. Remember, don't try and this is a learning experience. First Q4, all these things, it's all about learning. So this isn't about where you are tomorrow, it's about where you'll be next year. The knowledge you're learning today is going to really help you. So next one, Frost Juanitos, Bricker. Cool. Not a clue. Glad it helps. Right, English with me. Lastly, if a product gives you roughly 30 to 60 sales, your portion of the buy box, do you send in roughly that amount? It's up to you. I think the question is, let's say, for example, a product's selling like 100 per month and there's 5 sellers on the listing, call it 20 each. Say 4 plus 1 more, me, 20 each. Well, you might look at their stock and be like, well, some of them are below 20, so I might shift in a bit more because I think they're going to sell out. The other one, I might also look at where I'm supplying from. Is it like a national, is it the Playmobil website? Everyone's going to have this deal. I probably don't want to be buying so many. Or is it like some independent retailer in some arse end of nowhere that no one knows about? And then the next thing is like, oh my God, I probably want to stock up some more of these because no one else is going to have it. And actually, I might want to get 3 months supply because I've never seen this deal so amazing before in my life. Let's stock up more. Again, it's up to you. I think at a very fundamental level, what you're doing is right. Estimating how many you should buy. And I always estimate 1 month supply, but then I'll flex that 1 month supply depending on the competitor stock. And then I might flex it even more depending on what the source is like, and also what the type of deal and what I'd envision the competition be like in the future. And how much, if I want to buy more than 1 month. Hope that makes sense. So Mark, do you operate at a loss on your Amazon store just to show orange bars to gain an audience for your VA service? Great question. Here's a quick question for you. It's a really great question. I'm just trying to ask the question back. I don't know why I would want to do that. I don't know why there would be any reason to do that. We invest a lot of money and time into it. Talk about 2 million. And there would be, I don't see the reason why I'd want to go so big, if that makes sense. I could easily just do like 1 million. I don't know why I'd want to go to 2. And also as well, the question I'd ask is like, if we look at the USA store, for example, it's a really great question. If we look at the USA store, for example, let's say, for example, we've got 1 purchasing manager, 3 sourcing VAs, and 1 admin VA. Well, I've already proven that you can outsource it and do it in 1 hour a week or 2 hours a week, for example. And that's what I'd be wanting to kind of talk about and promote heavily with the VA service. So I don't know why I would be very inclined to kind of grow a much bigger business, if that makes sense. More than you'd want to, do the lifestyle size. So great question. And the short answer is no, we don't operate a loss. My God, we do. That business does really well. And the one thing, let me give you one example. So I shared it recently in a post. We spent £170,000, I think it was, in the Capital on Tap card last month, November, and that netted out 170,000 Avios points. And I flew recently from Mexico City to the UK, first class return, for £642 plus 170,000 Avios points. So I got a first class ticket for just running my business, which is fantastic. Now, I've never done first class. I wanted to do it, so I was really happy. But not just in the Amazon business, but there are a lot of other things as well. And you've seen it with drop shippers in China, I think it was. They were actually selling at a loss just to get the points, or just to even get the cash back. And I won't even talk about how much cash back we're getting, which is incredible. Considering a year ago we're doing £1,000 a month, you can probably guess where we are now. So, yeah, this is there's a lot of extra things you can get. But I hope that makes sense, Mark. Definitely not running at a loss, and the business itself, regardless cashback, regardless of Avios points, definitely not running off a loss. If you want to know, last week alone we did over 5 figures of profit in 1 week. Admittedly, we did over 100,000 in revenue, but very, very happy. So Reeve says, what's your approach to managing cash flow? I have 2 company credit cards and rotation, but often find Reeve, the question I'm going to answer for you here is, I could be here forever. Go to my YouTube channel, type in cash flow, all one word, and there's 2 videos I created. Watch both of them. There's a download. It costs £30. It's nothing. You can get it's my cash flow sheet, and that is the exact cash flow sheet we've been using in my business for the last year. We use it. It works. It's great, and it is. And I literally in that video I explain you how I manage overdrafts, cash, credit cards in regards to Capital on Tap, and charge cards as well, different. And we've got overdrafts in there, and then all my expenditures. And I don't do it, by the way. I share that video with my admin VAs, and then they do it. They just tell me how much to move around. It's a really good process. It works, and it is probably one of the fundamental reasons why we've been able to scale to 7 figures. Not only getting money, but also managing money. That sheet has helped. Check it out. Cash Flow, Fast Track FBA YouTube channel. Trust me, really, really good. So, is your Amazon business to market Fast Track FBA in UK YouTube now? Wow, people are really liking this. So, no, not at all. Like at a very fundamental level, I believe being running an Amazon service, we should not only talk the talk, we should walk the walk. So, hence why we do. We do an Amazon business. I also do too, and I've also talked about doing Germany next year. That's what I want to do. So it's not to market Fast Track FBA. It's really about me understanding what's going on in the ecosystem, being a service provider, and talking the talk and walking the walk at the same time. So I hope that makes sense. Great question, Dust. Moving on. Mia. So thanks, Tom. You've explained OA and question really well. Cool. Glad I could help. So Wazim, I've only applied but not listed any products yet. Cool. Fantastic. Keep going, take massive action, man. Honestly, smash it. Keep going. It's gonna take, me, I won't lie. First year of my business, I lost money. I was figuring out stuff, and the reason why I lost money is because I didn't make much profit on my products, but I hired too many VAs, and I realized they weren't making any profit. I was just paying too much on payroll. It does happen, but keep going, honestly. Like, it's your business. And what I'd say for you is don't go hire VAs. I'm not saying that. But what I do think is just get profitable in your business, understand the process, go through it. So really, really well done for get starting. So Harminder has mentioned, what kind of results can we expect in months 1, 2, and 3 from the VA? I'm just trying to work out future predictions. Okay, long story short, if I give you the numbers, we do 3 things. So if I give you month 1, 2 to 5 deals per day, you can expect to buy. Month 2, 5 to 8 deals per day that you can buy. Month 3, this is the number you're going to want to know. We think success criteria for a VA is spending £1,333 per month. Now, interesting, per week, get that right. Why do we say that? Because you total it out, it's about 666 per month. 5,666 at 30% ROI should generate you about 1,000 £600 worth of gross profit, which should then generate, after the cost of VA, £400, 1,200 net profit per VA per month. And the thing I'd say is that is just that is month 3. You should continue to grow thereafter. So that's going to hopefully get you. My top tip for you is don't expect any ROI or results in month 1. Don't expect any ROI in month 2. ROI in month 3, that's where the value is. And the value isn't in month 1, 2, or 3. The value is in month 6, month 12, month 18. We've got VAs, my best VA. I think she, spend-wise, she managed to spend £30,000. We bought £30,000 worth of her deals, which is just incredible. So it does happen. Just be mindful. But yeah, that's like a next level. But for you, 1,200 per month after month 3, that's where it should be. Great question. SS. When you are adding a retail arbitrage item sale in your Sell Essential, it is asking me for the country, region, and origin. What do I need to write here? I'm not too sure. I think top thing is probably if you're doing retail arbitrage should be the same as everything else. I'm guessing you're not creating new listings, you're adding to existing listings. You found the product on Amazon, scroll down the left-hand side and it says, I sell yours, or like sell yours. Click on that. I think that's really, really important. So don't create new listings. And I don't think you should really get that country, region of origin question. I think most of the question of country, region of origin will just be the UK anyway. But again, you shouldn't be creating new listings. You should be using existing listings. I hope that answers your question. If not, let me know in the comments down below. Maybe you're adding something in wrong. Sonia, Sophia A. So let's kind of go through this. So profit and sales velocity in Q4. Do you lower your prices at some point? Yeah, I think that a couple of things, and I've shared this already. Number one is Q4 is right now. Across your range of products, all your products you've got in, first of all, you want to identify all those products you've got which you need to get sold before the 25th. Because they're Christmas, Santa Claus, for example. So make a list. Next thing, out of that list, also, you probably want to make another list of products that you want to shift in Christmas. Maybe because in January they just don't sell very well, or November, they're just really Christmas ones. And why do I say that? Well, these two lists, what you want to do for each ASIN is then go through, look at competition on the listing, look at sales velocity, and try and guess. The question you're going to ask is, do I think with the current competition listing, with the current sales velocity, my products will naturally sell at the current position where they are when I need them to sell, i.e. before Christmas or before January, if that's when necessary is. If the answer is yes, continue as is. If the answer is no, i.e. you brought some Playmobil from the Playmobil store and you bought 10 and it's selling 30 per month and you're like, cool, I would have been fine, but now 50 other sellers have jumped on. Well, long story short is I'd probably be thinking that if I need to get it sold, by the way, before January, Playmobil might be a bad example, sells all year round. But if I did, then obviously what I'd probably look to is that actually I'm probably going to lower my price to get that product sold. So the question for you is understand what needs to be sold before Christmas, what you want to get sold in Q4 because January's got bad sales, and how do you do that? Keep a chart. Instead of looking 3 months, click on it 1 year, go back and look at January last year. Look at the last year's January figures, because that's going to be a very good predictor of what's going to happen this year. If January is really bad last year, probably not going to be great this year. Might want to get it sold before Christmas. That's going to help you out. But Sonia, I hope that makes sense. Let me know in the comments down below. English with me. On my inventory, I can't see the buy box eligibility despite the inventory still being processed. After it's available, I'll be eligible for the buy box. Will I be available for the box? Yeah. So FBA professional seller account, yes. Your FBA and your professional seller account, fantastic. If you are the cheapest price, you should get it. Top tip for you. Top tip. Go onto Amazon, open up a incognito browser mode. Or try incognito, put in your postcode, see if you show up. If not, log in normal, but logged in as an FBA seller, then see if you show up on the buy box. Top thing. The reason is sometimes Cognito does something a bit, when you're logged in, it can show you that you've got the buy box, even though you haven't. But if you use incognito, it doesn't. But the one thing you've got to be careful of, when you're going incognito, you're not a prime customer. So if your price plus shipping, i.e. like how much Amazon charges for shipping for non-prime customers, is considerably more than the merchant fulfilled option, then they might show the merchant fulfilled. Just be aware. just be aware, but you should be fine. If not, raise a case with Seller Central and see what they say. Pete Newman, Sonia, Sophia, can they go any lower? Okay, I'm guessing if they're like 0, they can't go any lower. 1p, they can't go any lower, but you can always go lower. My God, we make losses on products because we need to clear that product down. But over the course of all the products, obviously we are profitable. Cool. So Mark Barnett, Martin Lewis has really fallen from grace here. Oh, I like Martin Lewis. Oh, cool. Oh, hey, I'm sorry he's not doing so well. I thought he was pretty good. Oh, hey, not a problem. But hey, Mark, thanks for sharing. Right, let's move on. Adam, thank you for all your helpful advice. It's great. Thank you, Adam. Thank you for joining. Honestly, genuinely, thank you for joining and asking questions. So I'm sorry for running late. Daz, why are you lying about matching the buy box 99% of the time? Okay, I don't know why you're getting aggressive, or should we say, or you're accusing me of lying. So let me put it this way. As far as I'm aware, and obviously I can check with my team, but we're happy with where the business is at the moment, is that we match the buy box initially, and if that doesn't work, we will then go aggressively. And it's up to my team to do that. I don't really get involved. I'm quite open and honest. I probably do a couple of hours a week, 2 hours a week on my business. That's it. I have other things I get on with, and I'm sorry if that upsets you. Whether it be me or whether it be someone else. The one thing I'll probably just say is if we are in a competitive marketplace, and if there's another seller, for example, who maybe you don't like or maybe not getting on, I'd probably say maybe don't do that business. The very nature of what we do is you are going to have competition. So, whether it be me or be someone else, I'm sorry, maybe this might not be the best business for you. So I'm sorry if you feel that I'm lying. I'm telling you the honest truth, and hopefully you see everything I do, I am truthful, but I'm sorry you feel upset. So let's move on. But Daz, thank you for the question. So Medusa, hello sir, I'm following you for 3 months, and you're giving advice to sellers, but also keeping mindful I'm a VA and I want to join your team. Please give me a chance to work with you. Fasttrackfba.com, go to resources, go work for us, and you can apply. My team will manage that process. But thank you for following me. Really, really good. Let's go here. Omima, what are your thoughts on FBA courses? I'm relatively new to all of this, and I'm finding there's so much information to consume. They're good. They're okay. I think it's up to you. General moral of the story. There are 2 extremes of people, and there's a lot of people in the middle. There are people who have got money but no time. Courses, perfect for them. People who have no money or limited cash, lots of time, doing it manually yourself through YouTube, probably ideal for you. Now, there's going to be a blend in the middle, and somewhere courses becomes better than YouTube and not. Now, if you've got money and you want to get results quicker, I promise you, I think a course is going to help you. I really do, because you're going to get more consultation. Just make sure you have the the group community with it as well, and you get a lot of interaction. That's going to be helpful. You want to be able to get your questions answered. That's the most important part. So. I think the question is for you, but what I am saying is I never took a course starting on Amazon. I have bought courses. Recently I bought, a couple of months ago, Amazon Lit's course, wholesale. We're looking to get into that, and I'm quite open about that. But I didn't buy anything for the OA side. But what it does show you is that you can do this business model by watching YouTube, joining Facebook communities, Discord groups, and asking great questions. Networking with people will really help you. So you don't have to have a course, but if you're struggling for time and you've got money, they really do help shortcut. I promise you that. I think that's the best answer for it. Hope that makes sense. Because you're right, there is a lot of information. Right. How do you check their stocks? Get software like Buybot Pro, SAS, Ace and Zen, all these calculators, they have stock checkers. They will tell you what the stock of the competitors are. Check it out. You can do them. There's lots of free trials you can do. Ask in the groups. Okay, cool. So Walid, what about sourcing from AliExpress? What does Amazon? So long story short, I really wouldn't do it. So yeah, I really wouldn't do it. And the reason why I wouldn't do it is because that's called private label. If you're doing arbitrage, fine. But what you do not want to be doing is, little SD cards you get from, things. You don't want to be buying them from AliExpress, because they are the one thing that you'll get like IP complaints on, parallel import complaints, and you will just lose. So long story short, if you're looking to AliExpress and shipping in, you really want to be putting like Tom's brand on it. And then you do what's known as private label branding. That isn't arbitrage. It's a whole nother kettle of fish. Go find a group that does that. That's not what I'm about. I'm about buying Lego Playmobil and selling Lego Playmobil. Exactly the same product. You can't do that from AliExpress. So that's the thing. Competitor stocks, fantastic. All good there. I think I've answered that one. Kev Blackburn. Oh my God. Kev Blackburn. I met Kev on Friday. He took me out for a really nice steak. I've got to say thank you, Kev. You are the man. And you'll see we recorded a great YouTube video. So Kev, thank you so much. Honestly, really pleasure to see you and obviously to catch up. So let's kind of go through and honestly, I'll release that video next year, I think, but it's going to be a good one. I think you'll like it. And do you know why? Because Kev shared some things that he was doing with some of his clients about growing their businesses to the next level. And I mean next level. I've met some of these people and I was like, wow, this is incredible. So I do think that's going to be some very helpful information. Watch this space. Kev shared some golden nuggets in that video. Right. Thank you, Kev. Adam, you're very inspirational. Thank you, Adam. Really appreciate that. And hey, thank you for joining. I'm sorry for running late. Okay, let's jump through. Kozan, response you give, for example. Okay, fine. So, oh wow, did I just break that? I think I just broke my thing. That's right. I think I fixed it. Response you give, for example. So you've given a product. I think you're saying that maybe I'm crashing the listing. Do you know what? I think I had a look at this product. And interesting enough, this was a free product that was given away to the customers. And as a result, we put in a buy price of £1. I think when we shipped it in at 5 times the our buy price, which was £5. And as a result, when it went live, the initial price was 5. And then what happened? Interesting enough, your repricer came to match my price, so then you became 5. And then what happened is my repricer then went, hey, someone's already at 5, we'll come join you. So as a result, you are right. You are very right. We did crash the listing. It was a mistake because we put in the buy price too low. Sorry, mistakes happen. But also as well, your price came down and then we started matching one another. Hey, these things happen. It's a real shame. Top tip for you, and I think for you, is if you do find it was selling fine at 20, and obviously we came down to 5 because, my God, we made a mistake, and I'm really sorry about that. Then what I would say is top tip for you is if you don't want to come down to 5, put a minimum price in your repricer, call it £15, maybe even like 18. Then obviously when I come in at 5, you're going to let me sell through at 5 and you're going to keep it at 18. So top tip for you, use your minimums on the repricer, makes such a difference. But I hope that helps. So Adam, I find putting Great Britain in work for origin. UK comes up as Ukraine. Thank you, Adam. That's really good. Thank you. So SS, I'm using existing listings, but it's still asking for quantity, condition of item, country of origin. So I'm definitely not creating a listing. Okay, fantastic. Adam just shared something really good. Great Britain. And the other one is obviously condition is going to be new. So you're selling everything new. So really, really good. Adam, yes, put Great Britain in the red box. Will let you if it gives you requirement sales. Fantastic. Adam, thank you so much. That's really good. Cool. SL, hi Tom. I've been subscribed to your Fast Track FDA USA OA leads. Fantastic. Thank you. The service has been working great for me. Fantastic. Thank you. And you said, I've noticed, however, that the profit threshold has been going lower recently. Okay, interesting. I think top tip for you, I'll feed it back to the team, and thank you for your feedback. I'll feed it back to the team. You'll get a pop-up every now and then, like it asks you, like, out of scale of 1 to 10, what do you think of the service? Just jot it in there as well. Any general feedback ongoing. It could be 2 things. Number one, like the market, but also as well, like just what we're seeing in the OA deals. But do give us our feedback. We're always listening and learning. And I think the question is obviously the nature of our OA services, you get to pick and choose the deals. So perhaps maybe, I'll speak to the team and say, hey, can we go for higher ones? It's not like we're hiding any, but like maybe focus more on finding those. We pretty much share everything we find. So if we're not seeing them, generally we're not finding them. It's a completely separate team from my Amazon USA business, by the way. They're not the same. But I do think the real question comes is, I'll certainly feed that back and feed it back to us as well. But, maybe also pick ones which, if you say, are higher ROI than low ones. But I'm guessing you're just talking about what you're seeing in general. But hey, thank you for the feedback, SL. AA said, my listings are removed by Amazon for a couple of products, and I sent them back with new listings. They removed that listing as well. My units will be stranded again. What is the solution? I would probably raise a case with Amazon Seller Central. It sounds like because I don't know, I'd ask why. Because you said items were removed back, fine. And then you sent them back in again, but Amazon don't know they're the same product. So then you'd say they removed the listing. So I'll go back to Amazon and say, hey, the second time, why did you remove my listings? And if they come back and say, oh, well, they were dodged, removed, you've got to find out. But also, it sounds like maybe there was a reason why they removed the first time, and actually you haven't understood that. So I'd look at why they removed the first time. If there was no obvious reason why they removed, then go back to Amazon Seller Central, raise a case, and say, why did you remove them the second time? Because I thought you meant that they were damaged or something, and they're not. So, but I hope that makes sense. Yeah, check out why. So SL said, is it due to after the holidays and deals being saturated? Before we would see leads 4 to 5, now sometimes it's 2 to 3. Will we see profit go back up soon on the deal page? So I hope it makes sense what I said earlier, just the fact that for our fast track FBA leads, we show you everything. We're not hiding anything. We're not looking like hiding deals. It doesn't make sense to hide deals because they come and go very quickly. But I think also as well for you is to say that it could be something to do with like the holiday saturation pricing. One thing we've seen in the UK, I'm not very big in the US. We've only done like 63,000 US last month, and that's only month 6. I'm still learning about it. Is that especially in the UK, what we saw is that Q4 didn't really kick in as quickly as everyone kind of expected. So what we saw in like November, prices started going down because everyone's holding a lot of stock, a lot of competition. Only now in December has it really started to pick up again in the last week. So it could happen the same thing in the US, not sure. Just see how it goes. Honestly, see how it goes. Arbitrage, you're playing with markets, and sometimes bigger things than us a factor. So obviously, if we can find higher profit deals, we'll definitely show them. Hope that makes sense. Adam has you mentioned Avios points. Is there a particular credit card you can recommend by the UK buy business stuff to build up points? Of course, pay off in full. Of course, Adam. Yes, obviously don't take on debt if you can't do it. We use Capital on Tap. That's my primary card. Capital on Tap, 1% cashback on everything, business one. And then the other one we use is the Amex. We're now getting Amex Platinum rather than Amex Gold. We use the Gold. The reason why I use Platinum is because I travel the world a lot and I want to use the airport lounges. So, like Gold is 200 a year, Platinum's 500. I want the Platinum so I can travel and use airport lounges. So I hope that makes sense. But yeah, there's ones we use. We also use Santander 123, Santander business cashback credit card, but it's got a very small limit and it's like our backup of the backup. So I hope that makes sense. If not, I will get researching some Amex. Yeah, Amex, get the Platinum if you can. Interesting, if I was reading something about the Platinum, if you spend, not guaranteed, by the way, just what I heard. If you spend more than $500,000 on your Amex Platinum in a year, which isn't too challenging. If you're doing 7 figures, you can do that. Like we're definitely that way. Then you'll be offered the Centurion card. That's the black top of the range one. Admittedly, it does have a £25,000 opening fee, which is a lot, but could be interesting. So I'll see if it'll let you know if we get that one. So Tom Oakes, possibly moving to Japan in the next year or 2. When opening your Amazon in a new country, did you get a new seller essential? No, there's no real reason. Like if you're in the UK, question for you, like there's no like my God, I live in Mexico. You can do your Amazon business you can do your Amazon UK business living in Japan. No problem. I do it from Mexico. It's absolutely fine. So I think for you I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't even, because one thing you got to think about is it's about legal entities. You are a legal person. You already have an Amazon selling account in the UK, and you can open global selling account and then use the same account to sell within Japan. Now, under the terms and conditions of Amazon, you've got to read them. I'm not sure, but it says, I think, don't quote me, each legal entity is only allowed 1 selling account per market area. It's not marketplace, it's market area, as in like Americas, Canada, North America or USA, and Mexico is one area. European Union is another one. Obviously, Japan is another one. So you could have 2 accounts, I believe. Don't quote me. You need to check the terms and conditions. I think that's fine, but I'd probably ask why you can pay 2 lots of fees. You might as well just keep the 1 account and transfer across. I hope that makes sense. Let me know in the comments down below. Tom Oakes or user existing? User existing. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, J Products. Tom, regarding ungating, is it possible to get ungated in multiple categories? Yes, Absolutely, yes. Reezy Resells did an amazing video, and I mean absolutely amazing. He used something like a Disney Star Wars keyring to get ungated. And he managed to get ungated in so many categories and brands. So like Disney, Star Wars, collectibles, or something else. Basically, he got like one invoice with 10 products, and he managed to get allocated in like 7 different categories and brands and stuff. It was very, very interesting. Um, Probably look at his stuff, but long story short, yeah, you can use the same invoice. So that's the strategic way of doing it, finding a product which does multiple different categories, multiple different things, or multiple brands, and be like, wow, that works. So it might be the case that there's like a 1-pack in something, and then there's a 2-pack in another category or something else, and that can help you out. I can't really give you a specific, but there's some, Reezy did a really interesting one. I thought, wow, that's amazing. But yeah, definitely, no problem. Or just buy a couple on the invoice, and it can be like Star Wars and Costa coffee beans, and then you can use the same invoice for multiple brands, for example. So I think that makes sense. But obviously, you're going to have to submit it 2 times. So you have to submit one invoice for Star Wars, and then one time you have to submit an invoice for Costa Coffee, for example. SL mentioned, thanks, Tom, no problem. Adam has mentioned, thank you, Tom. I'll look into them. That's cool. AA, Amazon having data issues recently. Have you noticed all my advertising data has gone haywire? I paused the campaigns and I was making it. Now now a quarter of it. I don't know. Really great question. I just don't do any PPC, paid ads. I know a lot of people talk about like penny PPC. Something I want to look at. I should put that in my list, but I just don't do it. So I can't comment. I really can't. If you want my advice, and I understand what you're saying, go jump in a private label group and ask the same question there. The reason is because in the arbitrage world, we don't really spend very much in PPC. But if what you're saying is true, private label people will know this for a fact, and also they'll know the workarounds, or they'll know what's going on, or if it's true or not, or if you've done something wrong or something needs to change. Ask the same question in private label, you'll get the right answer, or brand. SS, and thank you for answering my question. Great. Yep. Well done, Adam. Top man. Thank you. And SS, great question. SS, no problem. You should have solved the issue. Wow, you two are on fire. My God, you don't need me. I'll get you two on the screen. Right. I'll get Adam on the screen. Adam, out of all the various YouTube videos I watched in the surgery, I have to rate this the best. Time well spent. Oh, fantastic. Thank you, Adam. Really appreciate it. I'm glad I can answer your questions. J Products, must appreciate it. Harminder has come through. Thanks for asking my questions, Tom. How are you finding the UK weather? Cold. Look at that, it's dark. It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's dark. Bring on Mexico City. I am excited. No, it's right. It's nice to see the family. It's nice to see the thing. It's nice to be back. But hey, I won't lie. I do enjoy being another guy. I just understand that the sun makes me happy. Sun and warmth. So I will go back to Mexico City in January, pending UK lockdown. So we shall see. Hopefully not. Right. Thank you for asking. Adam, do you enclose a card with your FBA sales? E.g., thank you for buying from us. Please leave an honest review. Keep on. No, I don't do. We don't do private label. Number 2, we don't do private label. Number 1, we don't do private label. So not. Number 2, I think we've got 100% feedback on our feedback manager now. We're over like 600, so we have no need to get feedback. And also as well, we're doing branded goods. We're doing arbitrage, so we don't care about product reviews, we care about seller reviews. Because we've got so many, because it's so high, we're fine. That's it, absolutely fine. So no problem there. So I think that's the answer. So yeah, I think the question, I get your point, but for us it's just not worthwhile. And obviously you do have to be very careful. Like, you can't say, if you had a good experience, then let us know, because the good is like, that means if you had a bad experience, don't let us know. So hence we don't. But hey, I really understand. But you can, it's up to you. By the way, if you're doing like arbitrage or wholesale and you are interested in getting back seller reviews, I did a video on Seller Board, which you can get a 2-month free trial. It has the ability to send out automated review requests, but the link in the request, you've got to manually change, by the way. You can change it so that they click on it, and instead of giving a product review, they give a seller review. I'd really recommend it for any new sellers, people looking for that. It really helps. It helped me out in my business as well. That's a Seller Board, how to get seller reviews using Seller Board, something like that. It'll be on the fast track. FBA YouTube channel. Check it out. I think you'll really like it. And he said I bought a good bit of software as well. And obviously he does your P&L. So that's the one that I really love about it if you're looking to get seller reviews. So do you buy sometimes from distributors or only OA? If yes, you always tell the distributor. Long story short, no, we don't ever buy from. We're 100% OA. Number 2, we are going to go into wholesale next year. I'll start that out. And number 3 is if they don't ask, I'm not going to tell them because I'm not going to tell them everything. Hi, can I buy your product to resell it on Amazon for a profit? I'm not really going to do much work, but I'd like to do that. That isn't the pitch you're going to do, but you could summarize it into that. So I think that's just one point. So that's that. So what I'm going to do is wrap it up in a minute because we've been on nearly got 6 minutes, and I'm going to wrap up and it'll be 1 hour. So again, sorry for running late. IL said, do you buy sometimes from distributors? Oh no, my God, same question. Moving on. Hugsy99, the distributor says you need to get in touch with the vendor. The vendor isn't responding to emails. I'm planning to have a call with them. Can you help? How to cash documents? Sometimes you can't get it. Sometimes it's not going to happen. Call the vendor. You've emailing them. Call them. Have conversations. Do what you need to do. Contact them through LinkedIn. Sometimes you just can't get it. Sometimes it does happen. So I'm sorry. That is the nature of it. So let's kind of fire through. I'll get them finished up. Adam said, okay, thank you. Thank you, Adam. Hugsy, I don't want to quit selling the product. Well, Hugsy, you're going to have to keep trying to figure out how to get it. I promise you that document exists out there somewhere. It might be with someone else. Maybe try and find another wholesaler who's got the product and ask them, hey, I'm happy to buy this product for you, but I need the documentation first. So maybe you place an order with them at break even just to get the product and the documentation, and then clear the product down at break even and carry on sourcing from where you're normally sourcing, just so you got the doc. I hope that makes sense. Clips, do you think OA is dying? I'm currently deactivated because of IP claims, which I'm appealing, but not having authorization from brands, wholesale must be the way forward. Your thoughts? No, not at all, not at all, not at all. 1 year ago, we did 35K a month. Now we're doing 300K a month. That's a 10X increase in 12 months. I really understand there is opportunity. Yes, more brands are being gated, but there's more brands going on Amazon. There is opportunity. We've just opened up in Amazon USA and we've already grown to 6 figures in 6 months. So yes, there is opportunity, but I do generally believe that, when talking about IP complaints, we use a service called sellerbasics.com, and they help us with our IP complaints. So my team contact them and then we deal with it. But on 300K, £2 million of sales in 12 months, we currently have 2 IP complaints. We're just waiting some invoices. We'll probably clear it back down to 1. So no, you should be able to deal with the IP complaints. Makes sense. Right, we've got 4 minutes, guys, 4 minutes. Great answer, Tom. I'm doing wholesale for a while. How can you learn about OA? Please guide me. Interesting. The other guy said OA is dying, moves to wholesale. You're doing wholesale, and now you're thinking about moving to OA. This world is just a crazy place. Go to fasttrackfba.com. First page, it has a express course. It's called Getting Started 7-Day Guide, free. Watch that. Doesn't cost you anything. Try it. OA guide. Really, really simple. I can teach you about OA. It's just a collection of my videos I put together to help you out getting started in OA. If you understand wholesale, you understand most of it, but just OA is quite simple, like sourcing, how to find deals. You should be fine, it's just finding good suppliers. The other one I'd say, I think it's in the Fast Track FBA Express course, is do the top 100 suppliers. So if you're US, it'll be the US side. If it's the UK top 100 suppliers, download that, source deals from those stores. Also, just make sure you're getting the invoices. You need them for IP complaints. Clips, I was talking about getting IP issues. You can overcome them like we've done, but you just need the invoices. That should help. And we are moving into wholesale, but it won't make a huge difference. Just 2 million a year. I think we're okay. I think you probably get to 6 million a year doing OA, and then you'll really struggle. But we'll see. Okay, 3 minutes. Let's go. Hello, can you give me the best practice on how to troubleshoot on Amazon? PPC campaign is not performing. Nathaniel, really sorry, I can't. I don't do any PPC. I'd be lying if I could even do anything. Find a brand or a private label group. Ask the same question there. They can help you out. Next one, Adam, thank you. I will search it, not a problem. Hugsy, can you share a template you use in Seller Board for seller feedbacks? Yes, look at my YouTube video. It's in there. There's a downloadable link. Check it out. IL, please continue with these AMAs. Great to be able to ask you questions. No problem. I'm here. And thank you for joining. Honestly, really, really good. Sorry for running late. 2 minutes. Let's go. I'm doing private label, but this OA is sounding too good. Fantastic. Adam, well, thank you so much for the value you're bringing and honestly sharing. Top tip for you, if you do OA, I know people who do OA and private label, create another Amazon seller account. It's just to separate the businesses, because obviously the OA will never sell the private label brand, and the brand will be on its own Amazon selling account. And if you were to get an IP complaint, for example, on one account, then it won't affect the other one. So you can do that because it's a separate brand that is within terms and conditions. Do check terms and conditions yourself. You have to make sure of that, but I think that's the thing. And Adam, final question for the day, hashtag diversification, 100%. I have done that in the UK. We do 2 million in the UK. It took 4 years to get there. We've just done 2 million in the last 12 months. And then also as well now, we've moved over to the US. We've done 160,000, 63,000 last month, 163,000 total. And we are just in finished month 6. And I'm really happy with that. And hopefully next year, we will get into Germany. So hashtag diversification 100%. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. And I know a lot of private label sellers who've done really, really well. I've sold out, or Chinese sellers are coming and cause some other issues. But we all know about that if you do private label. So hey, I do agree. I think it sounds like you're doing really well. And obviously the knowledge you share today is really good. So thank you so much. I will just say to everyone else, thank you so much for joining in. Thank you for sharing, and sorry for running late. Same time next week, I will be available. I'll be back home in Southampton. And obviously, if there's anything else I can do let me know. But I will join you same time next week. Stay safe, everyone. Keep smashing your Amazon business. Bye-bye.